This footage was uploaded by an Uber Eats driver who claims he experienced a highly unusual series of events while passing by a cemetery. Over the years, Marcus Wilson had made deliveries in countless rough neighborhoods, but according to him, this particular incident was so unsettling that he decided never to accept orders in the area again. It all happened on the night of April 28, 2026, while Marcus was on his way to a customer's address. During the drive, he noticed that the road ran directly between two large cemeteries located on either side of him.
See these two lanes right here? This is where I was at, man. This one, this whole lane right here are nothing but cemetery.
Later, while reviewing his dashcam footage, he spotted something strange.
Let's go to the cemetery.
At one point, an unidentified object appears to fly into the vehicle at high speed. According to Marcus, all of the windows were completely closed at the time, something that can also be seen in the footage. Despite that, the object somehow appears to enter the car. Marcus says he didn't notice anything unusual during the drive itself, and continued his route as normal. In February 2015, a pair of truck drivers were traveling down a highway when a white pickup truck suddenly approached them at high speed. The pickup swerved in front of their rig and began slowing down, eventually forcing the truck driver to come to a complete stop. At first, the truckers assumed the man was trying to warn them about some kind of issue, maybe a mechanical problem or a broken taillight, so they pulled over to the shoulder. But once they stopped, nobody got out of the pickup. Instead, the vehicle began slowly circling around the truck. At times, it even crossed into the opposite lane and blocked the road entirely. By now, the truckers had a clear view of the driver inside, but he simply sat behind the wheel, silently staring at them without saying a word or making any attempt to communicate. The situation quickly became unsettling, and the drivers started worrying that he might be armed.
Does he think you cut him off or something?
I think it's fucked up.
Do you see what's his tag? I can't see his tag.
Deciding they didn't want to take any chances, they prepared to leave as quickly as possible. To get around the pickup, the truckers had to back up their rig. They tried to capture the license plate on camera, but it wasn't fully visible. A few seconds later, the pickup reversed as well and stopped directly in front of the truck. The drivers seized the opportunity and attempted to pull away, but the moment they started moving, the white pickup suddenly rammed into the rear trailer, almost as if the driver was trying to force them to stop. Even so, the truckers kept going and refused to pull over. After some time, they finally managed to lose the pickup. A short while later, they stopped along the roadside and waited for police to arrive. Once officers got there, they began searching the area and soon located the white pickup parked nearby. The man behind the wheel was detained, and after officers reviewed the dashcam footage, he was placed under arrest. Investigators later determined that the driver was not in a normal state of mind. Considering how strangely and aggressively he had behaved, the encounter could have ended far worse. While driving through the Australian town of Bundaberg, which had recently been hit by heavy rain, a man suddenly found himself in an extreme situation. In the video, you can see Adrian talking on the phone as he drives down a slope. But before he can brake, he slides straight into a flooded roadway. Within seconds, his car loses control and plunges into the river below.
Wow. Whoa. Ah. Yeah, I've just crashed into a river, dude.
What seemed at first like a minor accident quickly turned life-threatening. The fast, powerful current could have easily swept the vehicle far downstream. Luckily, the car became lodged against a tree, preventing it from being carried away, and saving Adrian from being completely submerged.
My car is just f***ing gone, dude. I'm in a river. I'm f***ed. I'm f***ed. The water's coming into my car. See ya.
He managed to climb out through the window and onto the roof of the vehicle, where he waited for nearly an hour before being rescued by an air rescue team. The entire incident was captured on video and quickly went viral online. In the comments, viewers pointed out just how easily situations like this can end in tragedy. On April 26, 2023, during a live stream on his YouTube channel, Terror al Extremo, content creator Luis found himself involved in a strange situation that remains unexplained to this day. The stream was titled, Creepy Story. An elderly man asked me for a ride through a cemetery. While driving through a remote area far from any towns or populated places, Luis spotted a man standing along a deserted road.
Oye, miren, ahí está. Ábrale.
No soy funcionario de esto. Me cayó todo malo. Me emborraché, me perdí cuando me fui. Quedamos por acá. Y me hicieron de andando. ¿Dónde estamos?
Ahorita.
The man appeared elderly, confused, and clearly disoriented. His condition immediately caught the attention of viewers watching the live stream. Many people wondered how someone of his age, in such a state, could have ended up alone in such an isolated location, far from any homes or busy roads. According to those who saw the footage, the man seemed so disoriented that many viewers found it difficult to believe he had traveled such a long distance on his own. Some even speculated that someone may have driven him there and abandoned him, as his presence in such a remote area was hard to explain. Despite the uncertainty, Luis decided to help and offered the man a ride home. During the drive, however, the elderly man repeatedly gave confusing directions. He changed his instructions several times, struggled to explain where he wanted to go, and often seemed unsure of the route himself. Throughout the trip, he kept insisting that they needed to drive through a cemetery. As a result, the journey took far longer than expected. After more than 20 minutes on the road, they finally arrived at the man's home. According to him, he lived there alone. The story ultimately had a positive ending, but one question remained unanswered. How had this man ended up so far from home in the first place? And why was he wandering through such a remote area? Whether it was a simple case of disorientation, an unfortunate series of circumstances, or the result of someone else's actions, no definitive explanation has ever been found. This dashcam footage was recorded in Australia and later uploaded to the YouTube channel Dashcam Owners Australia. Two men were driving along a highway in their Mercedes when they noticed a vehicle rapidly approaching from behind on the rear dashcam. Seconds later, the car aggressively overtook them, cut directly in front of their vehicle, and suddenly slammed on the brakes, seemingly attempting to force them off the road. At first, it looked like a typical case of road rage, but the situation quickly escalated into something far more dangerous. The men soon realized that the driver was holding an axe and waving it out of his window while still driving.
Oh, he's got an axe, dude. He's got an axe. Stay. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, fuck off. Keep distance, bro. Are you ready, Chucky? Are you here?
In an attempt to get away, the driver of the Mercedes suddenly turned around and headed in the opposite direction, but the man continued chasing them.
Bro, call the cops. Call them now.
The situation became even more intense when they exited the highway and approached a roundabout.
Bro, this car is fucked in the head. Just got a cop job. Don't stress. Oh!
Fuck, man.
Keep driving. Holy fuck!
Fuck, man. Call the cops.
Yeah.
He's gonna ram us again, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going. Just keep. Oh my god!
Fucking hell. Call him.
At one point, the Mercedes was struck from behind twice. After the second impact, the attacker's vehicle lost control, spun out, and veered off the road. The crash finally gave the two men an opportunity to escape. They immediately drove to the nearest police station and reported everything that had happened. When officers arrived at the crash site, the attacker's vehicle was already gone. However, several hours later, police located both the car and its driver and placed him under arrest. Later, the owner of the dashcam footage revealed additional details about the incident. As it turned out, the attacker was convinced that the two men had burglarized his home the previous night. In reality, they had nothing to do with the crime and had never even met him before. Authorities later determined that the man was under the influence of substances at the time of the attack. In the end, he faced multiple criminal charges and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. This strange and difficult to explain footage was recorded high in the mountains of China. While driving through the remote region with his family, the person behind the camera came across a scene that was genuinely unsettling. Scattered across the roadway and along both sides of the road were dozens of modern vehicles. Some appeared to have been simply abandoned, while others were positioned at odd angles. A few had even ended up partially overturned near the edge of the road. At first glance, it might seem like the aftermath of a major traffic accident or some kind of large-scale crash. But that explanation raises even more questions. If a serious accident had occurred, why were so many vehicles left behind? And where had all of the drivers gone? What makes the scene even stranger is the complete absence of any visible response. There are no emergency vehicles, no police officers, and no signs of cleanup operations or recent activity. Just an empty mountain road, deserted hills stretching into the distance, and dozens of vehicles that appear to have been abandoned in a hurry. Exactly what happened there, and why so many cars ended up scattered throughout such a remote location, remains a mystery. One night while working as an Uber driver, a Reddit user known as Nona Cares Bounce Loner captured something genuinely unsettling on his dashcam. Standing in the middle of an otherwise empty road was a small figure that appeared to be a child. The driver immediately slowed down and switched on his high beams, making the figure easier to see. According to him, the child appeared to be wearing nothing but a diaper and was holding an object that looked like either a stick or a plastic pipe. What made the sight even more disturbing was the fact that the figure appeared to be completely alone, standing in the darkness, far from any other people. After the footage was posted online, many viewers questioned its authenticity. However, the driver strongly denied that the video was staged. He stated that he was willing to provide the original, unedited dashcam footage, interior camera footage showing his reaction in real time, and even records confirming the Uber trip itself. The driver also explained that just a few minutes after the encounter, he was pulled over by police because of a faulty headlight. During the stop, he immediately informed the officer about what he had seen and pointed out the exact location where the figure had been standing. According to the driver, the dashcam's wide-angle lens significantly distorted details and made objects appear less clear on video than they did in person. He insisted that what he saw with his own eyes was unmistakably a child. Who the mysterious figure really was, a lost child, part of some elaborate prank, or someone caught in a genuinely dangerous situation, remains unknown. But one thing is certain. Coming across a lone figure that appears to be a small child standing in the middle of a deserted road at night is enough to leave almost any driver deeply unsettled. In October 2023, a dashcam captured a disturbing encounter on the streets of Bangalore, India, one that could have ended very differently. Late at night, a driver was traveling along a relatively empty road when he suddenly spotted a man standing ahead. The man was holding a large rock in his hands. Rather than moving out of the way, the stranger stepped directly into the roadway and began walking toward the vehicle. According to the footage, the driver immediately sensed that something wasn't right. The man continued approaching while gripping the rock, showing no intention of letting the vehicle pass. As he got closer, he appeared to look directly through the windshield. Then, something unexpected happened. The moment the man noticed the dashcam mounted inside the vehicle, his behavior changed completely. Instead of continuing forward, he suddenly stopped, turned around, and quickly walked away from the road. The driver left the area safely and later uploaded the footage online. The video quickly went viral and eventually caught the attention of local authorities. Following its widespread circulation, police launched an investigation into what may have been an attempted robbery. Many viewers believe the dashcam itself may have prevented the situation from escalating. Realizing that his actions were being recorded, the man may have decided to abandon whatever he had planned. The video was uploaded in October 2014. It begins with a car driving down a dark road at night in Yekaterinburg, Russia. After a short while, the driver comes across a vehicle stopped in the middle of the road with its hazard lights flashing. He carefully drives around it, but just a few meters later, he has to slow down again. A man pushing a baby stroller is wandering right in the middle of the road. The man keeps moving closer and closer. For some reason, the driver starts laughing. He shifts into reverse. I'm not sure laughter would have been my first reaction in a situation like this, but he keeps backing up slowly. The man with the stroller follows him, and then suddenly starts running straight toward the car. He almost reaches it, but the driver accelerates in reverse and manages to get away. The comments under the video were full of questions. Why? Why was this man pushing a stroller in the middle of the road? Why at night? Why there at all? Some viewers even expressed genuine concern. Whether the man with the stroller was attempting a staged accident or something else entirely remains unclear. But one thing is certain. If that was his plan, he'll need a better one next time. This video was uploaded in October 2016, during the height of the worldwide creepy clown phenomenon, when reports of people dressed as clowns were surfacing across multiple countries. The dashcam footage shows a driver traveling along a dark, rural road late at night. At one point, a person dressed as a clown suddenly appears in front of the vehicle. The individual steps into the roadway and begins trying to get the driver's attention, lingering in the lane instead of immediately moving aside. At first, the situation looks like nothing more than a prank or an attempt to scare passing motorists. However, within seconds, the encounter becomes far more unsettling. Rather than leaving the road, the clown unexpectedly begins moving toward the vehicle. The driver is forced to slow down while watching the strange figure emerge from the darkness. The atmosphere quickly shifts from confusion to genuine tension, as there's no way of knowing what the person intends to do, or why they're standing on an isolated road in the middle of the night. Fortunately, the footage does not show any serious consequences, and the encounter appears to end without anyone being harmed. Even so, videos like this played a major role in fueling the widespread fear and speculation surrounding the creepy clown sightings that dominated headlines throughout 2016. The YouTube channel Finsk Dashcam mostly features routine recordings of the creator's daily commute. However, one particular video attracted significantly more attention than the rest due to a strange incident that continues to raise questions among viewers. During one of his drives, the driver was forced to move into the adjacent lane after noticing an obstruction ahead. As he got closer, he realized the obstacle was actually an elderly woman standing directly in the middle of the roadway. What made the situation especially unusual was her behavior. The woman remained completely motionless and showed no reaction to the approaching vehicle. She didn't turn her head, make any noticeable movements, or appear to acknowledge the car in any way. According to the footage, she didn't even attempt to step aside. A light layer of snow covered the road and the surrounding vehicles, suggesting there had been a recent snowfall. Yet the woman herself appeared to have almost no snow on her clothing, creating the impression that she had arrived there only moments earlier. The driver slowed down and cautiously approached her. However, the footage cuts off before viewers can see what happened next, or whether he was able to find out why she was standing alone in the middle of the road. As a result, the incident remains unexplained and continues to be a topic of discussion among those who have watched the video.